Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you are new. Today we're in the UMP Modifieds here at Volusia. We ran the second fastest time in practice. This is a super slicked off track, so it's going to be a very interesting race. It's going to be good, interesting heat and race, because like way up there is super bumpy and way up the track. Down here, it's like just super tight against the wall, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I've ran faster just straight on the bottom than running up top or a slider or anything like that. So I'm just going to run the bottom, and hopefully we could qualify well and not smack the wall. Not a great entry into turn one, but might have a decent exit. No, I don't think so. That did not feel great, but it's alright. We can get quicker on the second lap, as long as we don't smack the wall. That was probably like a 2 or a 3.
17.4.
Oh, 4. That was even worse. Not a great turn one as well. I think it got too sideways there. It like really kicked out at one point. Might be a little faster, but not by much, I wouldn't think. It got a 3:45. Yeah, everybody's time. Excuse me. Everybody's time seemed to be dropping a little bit, but some of the faster guys haven't ran yet. I definitely messed up my line pretty bad there on both laps, but it's all right. We'll see if we could move up through the heat races and whatnot, because it's going to be very bottom dominant. I feel like it's going to be real interesting. The top may come in a little bit, maybe a slider line, even like just running through the slick at one point potentially, because everybody running the bottom is going to kick up some grip into the middle there. So it's going to be a real interesting race here. Heat number 1 is rolling off now. Well, we qualified in 6th, so we're third in heat number 2. So I'm kind of watching third place right here, trying to see how his start goes and everything like that. I imagine he can get up to second if he runs 1 and 2 good enough and has a good enough start, and second doesn't drop in front of him. But it's going to be an interesting one. A huge field. Got a huge field here. How many people are here? There is, what, 20 it looks like? Yeah, it looks like about 20. So 10 in each heat. Yeah, 10 in each heat. And only, what, I think 18 are making the main. So they're going to have a couple going home in the consolation race. So this track's going to be super worn in by the time the feature comes around, more than it is already. Like the pre-gen super slick, and it's just going to get more and more worn out. It's going to be interesting to see how the feature plays out, honestly. I think like a slider, or really just like in the slick, like the lower line of the slick, might end up being fast later on in the feature. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited for it for sure. But pace car is getting ready to pull off here as it comes down into 3 and 4. Watching third place here, the number 8 car. Seeing how he does off the restart, because this is where we will be starting. And the leader is off. Got a pretty good start. Third place did not. Second place can drop down, but stays high. Third gets down to the bottom, able to get in front of the 11 car. He's going to get side by side with second place there. He does a little bit. Second place not able to drop down yet in that 24. Everybody keeping it pretty clean so far. They're 3 wide back there. Keeping it pretty clean. Yeah, he's gotten up to second so far, just running that bottom. That's what I was hoping to see. That gives me like confidence that I can get up to second at least in our heat. That'd be really nice. So hopefully we can copy what this guy's doing for the most part. 12 cars in the wall back there. The outside lane's getting rolling though. That momentum on the long haul seems to be paying off a little bit. That's very interesting to see. 24 is ripping it out there. I think he had him at the line. Yeah, he had him at the line last time by. The 8 car was in third. So it's some real tight racing. That outside's moving though. Maybe after a couple laps, like move up real quick and just be just outside of that slick, it seems like. Try to keep the car real straight. The leader up front still ripping the bottom though. He's running 17.2. Second place ran 17, almost 3. So he's still faster on the bottom. 17.3 there. Second place was a little faster on the top that time by. Let's go back to the transfer spot back here. And 6th is the transfer spot. The 17 down here is in the transfer currently. They got like 3 laps left when they hit the line. Super tight racing back here for the transfer. 57 on the outside. Gonna get him at the line that time. Gonna be in the transfer spot currently. We'll see if the 17 tries to migrate upwards or not. Yeah, that outside lane is working really well now. 57 gets the wall and entry to turn 3. There's a huge berm up there on the entry to turn 1 and turn 3, so it kind of can mess up your line big time. But the 57 here is ripping that outside, gaining spots. Everybody else still pretty single file. Second place here, catching up to first. A couple tenths faster that last time around. Trying to see what they're at this lap. He ran a 286. He ran a 186, so caught him a tenth. He's sticking bottom 1 and 2, which I think that's a pretty good idea. Bottom 1 and 2. It looks like he's throwing like a slider 3 and 4. Nope, he stuck bottom that time by not throwing a slider that time. He ran a 140. That was blazing fast. Second place ran a 250 up top. So I feel like you can make either line work right now, which is real interesting. So let's get on the heat number 2 and see how we can do. We're getting ready to roll off here in heat number 2. Hopefully we can have a pretty good, clean heat. Heat number 1 was very clean. People were able to run all over the place, which is interesting. Still a 0x. That's good, JD. Proud of you for 8 laps. I don't know where he ended up finishing in his heat and whatnot. I don't know where he ended up finishing there. If he's going to be in the feature or has to go through the consolation. But some of these guys sound like they've ran it multiple times this week. The 4 and the 5 won the pole and heat 1. The 4 sound, they've been talking and they were talking about a previous race and stuff, so I know that they've ran it at least once. So we'll see how this goes. 1 lap till we go in green. Hopefully we can get a good jump. Radio check. Hopefully at least stay here and start 6th in the feature. Hopefully we don't get ran over or anything and have to, for some reason, go through the consolation. That would be disaster for us. Because we're the car 2, so I need to finish the feature decent to gain some I-rating, hopefully. Because we ran the fixed supers earlier, finished 4th in them as the number 2 car out of like 14 and lost 4. So that was a little unfortunate. But here we go, getting ready to peel off here. 4th place did not have a great jump. Able to get side by side with 2nd here. And that's immediately the inside wall. Hopefully we didn't destroy our left front. Definitely need to not do that in the feature race. Okay, we're fine then. So I asked the spotter what the damage was. He said I think we'll be okay. So nothing to be worried about at least for now. Still side by side with 2nd. But definitely got to be careful about that in the feature. We'll be starting on the outside for the feature no matter what, because this is heat number 2, unless we end up in the consolation for some reason. Outside. Staying dead even with him off of turn 2 there, which is nice. Clear, clear, clear. Thought the leader up there was going to get that tire. He might have like net coated it the slightest bit. Not super fast down here, but we're trying our best. Getting in front of 2nd place there. He's trying to get back down behind us. He is actually trying to get to the inside of us. That's fun. As we're inches off the wall, he tries to stick his nose down there and get inside. That made a lot of sense. Oh, there's a blinker up here. That's very scary. I really want to get this outside rolling, see if we can't do so. Because 2nd place was making that thing look really good in the last heat. There went that guy that was blinking, I believe. Now we can get this thing rolling. Because we moved up in the last lap. Gavin said run bottom. Well, we're running top. We'll run bottom later. This is smooth up here right now. 17.389. We're running as fast as we were on the bottom anyways, and able to stay just consistent. Throwing slider line just so we didn't get slid on. So we finished 2nd. Oh, wow. We'll start 4th in a feature race. Happy about that.
Hit the wall and the tire.
Solid run by us. Very happy about that. We destroyed that inside wall, but luckily we didn't break our tire. And because I know that thing got hit lap 1. I want to see how bad it was, because I know I nailed that thing going into turn 1. How bad was it? Oh yeah, that was a pretty solid hit. It kind of hit more of the side wheel instead of the front, so I think that's why it didn't break. Luckily, we didn't destroy anything. Luckily, nobody ran us over. But consolation race, 8 people, 4 people are making it through. So I'll watch that and see you guys back for the feature race. All right, getting ready to roll off here in the feature race. We're starting in 4th. Lindy made it in. He got 2nd in that. JD, who also messaged us, did not make it in. Unfortunately, he was 5th. So he was the first one out. But they both started like back row, like 7th and 8th. I think one guy in the top row ended up not being there, so Lindy got like to start 6th instead of 8th, which was nice for him, but he still finished 2nd, so solid race by him.
Take it easy on me, Omar.
But we'll see what we can do. I'm kind of happy we're on this outside because I want to roll this outside the best we can. The bottom still might be there a little bit, but I think I can just be more consistent out here, hopefully. As long as we don't like tail slap the wall on entry, we should be fine. 30 laps can go by pretty quick if we don't get cautions, but with how the consolation and our heat went, it looked like there was multiple wrecks in that, so I don't expect a cautionless race. I'd be shocked.
Good luck, everyone.
But hopefully we can have a good one. Ricard 2, if we can finish top 4, I'd be really happy. That'd be really nice. There's some really fast guys up here, though, so we'll do our best. That's the main thing. We'll just try our best and see what we can do. Haven't ran Volusia in a little while, though. It feels like, I think this is the first time on the schedule this year for any of the cars that I know of that we like normally run. We had a pretty good start. We were like laying off a 2nd place because he was like in front of the leader. Oh, I am goosing it. Holy shit, that was awful on me. That was way too much throttle. Now we're stuck in the middle 3 wide in the slick. This is not where you want to be. I'm gonna get down to the bottom so we at least have some grip. Take it nice and slow down here so we don't smack the wall and slide up into anybody. I'm actually able to get by somebody there in turn 1 because they were in the slick. Terrible turn 3, went in too high. Should have a decent exit here. Gonna move up though. Yeah, I went into turn 1 just full throttle and it was in the slick and that thing about looped around on me. Thank God everybody missed us because I was a squirrel on lap 1 there. But that's like me to screw it up first corner.
3 wide, boss.
And we did it up here just fine, Lindy.
Killed my race too.
Yikes, that doesn't sound good.
Sorry, but you missed the other corner, so I had to take a chance. I didn't want
trying to keep this thing straight just on the outside of the grip. I think I'm going, or just outside of the slick. I think I'm going a little low compared to like what these guys are in front of me. So I was definitely doing something wrong in 3 and 4. That time I think I went a little too high. He's able to move up. I think I went a little too high once again. I need like that left front just on the slick and the rest of the car just outside of it. Trying to keep it as straight as we can. But now it's a train on the top, which I kind of figured was going to become this when it was as slick as it was on the beginning. Because everybody was going to run bottom to start with in the heats and all that, and then wear it out. Because Volusia can get very top dominant like this, which is crazy because it's not very banked. It's just enough to where it can get top dominant like this. You smack the wall really hard on the backstretch. Try not to do that because there's a big opening there and that could really ruin your race if you hit it wrong. I'm not really getting full throttle because there's so much slickness down the entire backstretch and all that. Try not to just spin our tires everywhere. We fell back to what, 7th? That's not great. I want to try and get back up to the top 5 if we can. But we're going to have to lock in and to get back up there, I feel like. Somebody's trying to make that bottom work. I think they were in front of this 8 car, so they've actually made a little bit of headway. They jumped back to the top there, though. Top 2 guys are gone. 3rd place tried running the bottom there. He's sliding back up now. Guy behind me slid out a little bit. He was right on my ass for a while there. That felt like a really good entry right there. Like really straight, a lot of speed. That also felt good. Okay, might be figuring it out a little bit as long as we don't smack the wall. I think we'll be doing well. Guy behind us here, the Jesse, catching us. Again, he seems pretty fast. He's also a 3 car, so it makes sense. But we are catching these guys up here a little bit. I feel like I'm figuring it out a little bit. Just ran our fastest lap of the race. Leader ran a 17.38. We ran a 2.9, so we were faster than the leader on that last lap. That's a positive. Now the thing is, passing is going to be damn near impossible, I feel like. Lindy is gone. That's unfortunate. Hate to see that. Third place is trying to get that bottom to work. I think he was the pole sitter and the guy who started first in the feature in third. I think he might have stayed low too long in the beginning to fall back potentially. That's my guess. I didn't really pay too much attention because I was a squirrel off the start. 17.3. If I wasn't as much of a squirrel off the start, we could have probably held up there in 4th-ish because we were in front of the 18 car and he got to our outside and so many people went by us. I feel like we're the slightest bit quicker than the 7 and 8 right here. It may be mainly the 7 because I think he's holding up the 8. 8 is throwing a slider. 7's crossing them back down. They might have a little bit of a slider battle here. They touch a little. Thought he was going to hook him up. Ooh, we're going to get by him. That bottom is not quite there. So that's 6th at the line. Hell yeah. I'll take it. Now we'll see if we're faster than the 8 or not. We have a little room to throw a slider if needed. And I think the place to throw it is probably in 1 and 2 at this track. I feel like you could hold your speed better in 1 and 2 on the bottom than you can on 3 and 4. But he screwed up and got the wall there. He still had more momentum on the exit, so I wasn't able to do much with it because I had to like run through the slicks. I was not expecting him to get the wall there. But that messed me up a lot in that corner. I thought we were going to be able to get enough momentum, stay side by side. I was going to throw a slider in 3 and 4 if we were still there. But we were not. Third place is super fast. Like, he gains on the guy behind him and then tries that bottom slash slider line and the guy behind him gets right back to him. I feel like we're pretty quick right now. We just got to stay steady because Jesse's been on me this entire race. There's just nowhere for him to go. Third place trying to make that bottom work in 1 and 2 and then a slider 3 and 4 it looks like. Really tight racing. Not going to have a run on the exit though. 17.613. We're really good on like entry slash middle on the 8 car in front of us. He's killing us on like the exit speed though. But I definitely feel like we figured something out and we've been running really well. We went in a little lower. Oh, I got a little wide. Slid out a little too much, but might have good exit speed here. 17.547. It's crazy how top dominant this is. Actually, third place is making that bottom work right now. Oh, that's the wall hard. He is kind of making that bottom slider work because I think 3 and 4 is dead on the bottom. But he's really making it work in 1 and 2. He's like getting down there, really hooking the wall and getting a good run off the backstretch. He is very, very fast up there. Fourth place decides to run bottom 3 and 4, which I don't think that's the play. I think it's that slider or just top. But I feel like we need to try the bottom in 1 and 2. Next lap I'm going to do that. Because really all we're going to do is lose, what, 1 spot? Potentially we can get side by side with the 8 car if we run well enough. 17.666. Oh, that was a banger 1 and 2. That was a great 1 and 2. Holy shit. That was crazy. Not what I expected at all. Oh, jeez. Oh. I had no clue you were down there. I'm sorry.
Caution's out. What is this for? Second.
I just thought the 8 was right behind me. I didn't know you were inside of him. I had zero idea that guy was there. I was just racing hard, trying to go throw the slider.
That's the caution you wanted, Brandon.
That's super unfortunate. Not what I wanted to do at all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a 1-lap shootout, single file restart. This is definitely not what I intended.
I mean,
at
he was
all.
a former pro, so do you expect anything
I
less?
feel so bad about that. Like,
I think he
it was a cautionless race, and it was a fantastic one, and then I made it a shit right there at the end. Like, I feel so terrible about that. I had no idea that guy was down there. I just knew the 8 was behind me, and I got clear of the 8, and I went to go throw the slider in 3 and 4, and no clue the guy got up inside the 8 car and me. Oh, that was terrible. We're just gonna run bottom 1 and 2. '18 was a little slow there. Not gonna be able to get anything else out of it. We finished 5th, which is great. Like, great comeback from what happened, but man, I feel so bad about that. I need to like message that guy because I don't know if he heard me over the mic, but man, I feel so bad about that. That was terrible on my part. I hate ruining people's races or causing the wreck like that. Oh, he already left, so can't do that. But I need to go back and see where he even was. I had no clue. We had a killer lap here, all of a sudden going bottom when we were behind him the entire damn time, and decided to go bottom. Had an absolute perfect 1 and 2. Got completely side by side with him, able to go super deep into 3 and 4, throw a slider. And then I messed up 1 and 2 a little bit because I went to protect the slider a little bit, but he jumped back outside. He ran bottom, which I had no clue about. And then he was completely side by side with all of us, and I had no clue about that. I jumped down because we got clear of the 8 car to go try to throw the slider line. I had no clue he was there at all. Like, not a zero idea at all, and I feel terrible about it because I was the only caution in that. I hate wrecking other people and stuff like that, but other than that, it was a fantastic race. It was so much fun. But where did that guy end up finishing? He finished back in 14th because of it. He should have finished 7th because that's where he was, or 6th potentially, but he was running right there with us. But man, I feel so bad about that because that was awful on my part. I screwed up the very beginning, almost caused a wreck, and then I caused one there at the end. So I had a fun race other than that. We were all like 3 wide back here. Able to run this bottom lane down here, which was great. Got a run on the 15 and able to get by him because he was up there in the slick. That bottom actually was moving pretty well in 1 and 2. But other than that, it was a pretty clean race. I'm shocked that there was no caution for whatever happened back here because it sounded like there should have been potentially, but I don't know. Oh, Lindy's the front left down there is broken. That front left is bouncing, so that's probably why he ended up leaving. But man, I feel so bad about that because there was no real wrecks in this, what it seems like. I thought they got together, but they didn't. They both just get the wall. He gets the wall, and then he just went, the 12 car went straight into the wall in the corner. They just absolutely killed it. But neither of them spun or anything like that. Everybody just keeps getting in the wall. That was about it. 10 car, that's Lindy. I think his car stopped turning, or he like overcorrected because that left front's not turning very well. Oh yeah, he just couldn't turn anymore, and that broke the right front. But no caution came out of it because he towed very quickly, which is great. But man, I still feel so bad about that. Because I was the problem in that one. We had a fantastic race, and this was the one right here at the very end. I just had no idea he was down there. But, man, that's unfortunate. I feel bad about that for sure. Hopefully he heard me over the mic because he didn't respond or anything like that, so I'm not 100% sure. Oh, and that's what happened at the end. I saw the 8 car go right, but not sure what happened there. The 15 had a hell of a run, and he, like, squeezed them up to the wall a little bit, and then they hit the wall and then just kind of dumped them into the wall afterwards. Oh, both tires went flying. That's crazy. But we ended up finishing 5th out of it. Great run by us. I was happy with it. Don't know if we'll gain or lose any I rate and maybe gain the slightest bit, but let's go see what we end up getting out of the results. All right, well, we gained 13. I'm happy we gained a little bit. We are still at 499 safety, even with our 2X. But, man, that was a tough race. Like, we screwed up the very beginning, starting in 4th, and just absolutely spun the tires out. We were started in front of him, I want to say. Oh, wait, he started 8th. Who was in 6th? Was it? It was Ken. Okay. I think Ken ended up falling back or something like that. I can't remember. But we started in front of them, and then they got in front of us in the very beginning, and we slowly worked our way back forward. That bottom in 1 and 2 at the end, though, was moving. We hit that thing perfect. I feel so, like, accomplished from that because that was great. But, man, I feel so bad about that wreck for the 3-car Jesse. Like, I completely took him out not knowing he was there. That's 100% on me, so I feel terrible about that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the race nonetheless. It was a great 29-lap race out of 30 up until that moment because literally the leaders were about to hit the white flag, and I ruined the race making it a 1-lap shootout. Nothing really happened there at the end. Nobody really gained or lost spots besides the 3-car, so that's why I feel terrible about it too because, like, he just got the shit end of it, and I just got a 2x from spinning him. I didn't even go around or anything like that, so that's super unfortunate. I feel bad about that still. Hopefully he heard me over the mic and everything because I would be pissed at the person, but if somebody apologizes immediately and stuff, I'm not as mad at them or anything because that stuff, I understand that, but if nobody says anything, then I feel like they're just like not caring that the wreck happened or anything. But I always care. I hate wrecking people. It really ruins me after that. So I needed to pay a little bit more attention, but we were just in such of a heat of a battle. I thought it was just me and the 8. I didn't know Jesse got down there at the bottom, which he had a great 1 and 2 like I did the lap before. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the race nonetheless. Appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.